Okay, welcome to the Monday night stream. I'm your host, Parflemer39. Today I'll be streaming, or trying to stream, my attempt at doing a solo TTRPG playthrough. Yeah, this is something that I've been meaning to try and do for some time. I can't say that the attempt will be great, but I will certainly try. So, with that being said, I am going to be using one thing on hand. Oh, excuse me. One moment as I get all the materials ready. Well, the material is already ready. It's just me needing to, get everything set up on my end to showcase. And yeah, okay. Right, so a while ago I started making a solo TTRPG attempt sort of thing. And I'm still in the process of reading some material that I would like to go through. For the most part though, let me see. For the most part though, the general gist is that I be journaling my entire playthrough experience, and then afterwards trying to compose something of it. I don't know how well that will pan out. I don't know how well that'll pan out, but yeah, I'm just right now. Yeah, I'm just trying to figure out where to go from here. Alright, okay. Alrighty then. I'm going off of rules that one of my friends, mutuals on Discord, translated. Not just for me, but for his own thing too, but I am using his material, so I'm not going to say his username, not because I don't like him, but again, just for the sake of privacy and such. And so, yeah. Alright, but yeah. Give me a sec, I'm trying to sort out everything. I got like a bazillion tabs open for some ungodly reason. Where is the... There it is. Okay. Alright, okay. I think we're getting things in order. Okay, so the system I'm using for this TTRPG solo play is Tormenta 20, an offshoot of 3.5 edition D&D. Much like many other tabletops since 3.5 edition's release, Tormenta has had many iterations just made on it since its original inception, which, according to my DM, came from Tormenta RPG. And so, yeah, there's like a bunch of like modules as well the author of this game made. So, yeah, we're just going on the fly now of what I'm just basing my knowledge on. So this game is pretty much among the other titles that came out around 3.5 edition D&D, like Pathfinder and Pathfinder. Oh yeah, that's right. There was also Mutants and Masterminds too, as well, I suppose, which also is a 3.5 edition derivative, I think. So yeah, really, I already made some of the characters here, but I've also, because my mutual did translate more material that I could use, but not just for me, but also my party, my playtest party. So, with that being said, I have, to some extent, re-rolled my characters. But yes, I have re-rolled my characters to some extent. However, I did not delete the original set that I created. So, for the record, this is the leading man's original... Yes, this was the leading man's original stat block. And this is the current version that I'm running right now. I am using the point and buy system for Tormenta 20, and specifically, I am using, as I've written down here, very point buy epic allotment, which is apparently, this is something that, again, my mutual translated over and also had us, like, sort of, like, go through. So pretty much, for this specific version of point buy, there is, called epic allotment, it's 15 attribute start point. And this is my racial spread before, this is my spread before any racial bonuses came on. So there's that. I also chose another pickup, which was Epic Defense, which boosts armor class a lot. So right now I'm just double checking my math to make sure everything is up to par. Alright, so yeah, like I said, I'm just right now just running through this stuff, making sure my stuff is, proverbially speaking, legal. I may not have a DM, but at the very least I am going off of what I got. So by default, the leading man is a golem, and specifically his chassis is of the Mashin, which, for those unfamiliar, pretty much think like Gray Fox from Metal Gear, except without the human bits and parts of him, you know, like his face and his brain. He's just completely artificial. So yeah, that's pretty much what it is. I chose this, my attribute of choice was strength and constitution, to which the legacy build I had was going off of the standard allotment, which was, let me see here, for point buy, it was like, I think you get like 10 points or something like that, right? Yeah, you get 10 points. I should remark that varied point buy also comes with an inverse, where you get like 5 allotment. So, for a more realistic play. But for me, because I'm doing this with like 2-player characters and no DM and me making all the decisions on the fly, I'm going with epic allotment for just that little bit of edge. As I mentioned, he's a Mashin. Cyborg, you know, pretty much straight up cyborg specialist. And I have chosen that he would be starting off with the same set as he would with the same set of powers that he would normally start off with, in which he gets, because he's, I think I chose the fighter, that's why. So, because he's a fighter, he gets special attack, which is bumping up his attack or his damage die by set numbers. So, by default, it's +4. And so I could choose to either improve my hit chance, or I could choose to improve my damage die. And then I chose, for starting power, 2-weapon style. Yeah, the 2-weapon style, in which I'm able to effectively wield 2 weapons, but the cost of me having a -2 penalty. And I chose because religions are a thing in this game. Yeah, because religions are a thing in this game, I have chosen to be Linwu tradition, which means samurai god. And, yeah. I'm an artificial creature, which means I don't need to breathe. I don't need to pretty much use anything that organics need to use. However, this comes at the cost of mundane items and food items being not as effective for me, or pretty much useless. I can only sleep for 8 hours. I can only recharge for like 8 hours. And I get a set amount for that time. So, in Tormenta 20, long rest usually means your level. I think it just pretty much means like your level plus comfort. So, say for example, you're sleeping in a average bed, you just get your level. If you're sleeping somewhere comfortable, I think you get like a bonus, but I don't know what that is. Actually, I think my mutual did probably translate that, and I just haven't read it yet. Let's see. Accelerated healing. Creature, accelerated healing. Oh, that's general abilities. Combat partner. Hunting dog. Alright, fine. So, yeah. Alright, so yeah. I've already filled out the majority of the stuff here. So pretty much it's just a matter of me, just, I guess, filling out the rest. In which I did not get around to giving my stuff over. So for starter gear, I will start with the katana, because technically it's classified as a simple weapon for my character. Along with that, I will also take whatever stuff I usually get. So starter set usually comes with a backpack, bedroll, and some, I think, traveler's clothes. Alright, so backpack weighs nothing, so take that. Bedroll, useless to me, but it's all given for free, so I'll take it. I think, yeah, traveler's clothes as well. Not particularly useful to me because I'm wearing armor all the time, but I'll take it for one reason or another. And yeah, that's really about it. So now in this case, I just need to roll for the amount of cash I have, in which I have not rolled for this character yet. So let's see here, 4d6 to roll how much cash I get. I get 12 tabar, which is the currency that's used in this game. I don't know how much I had with the original character, so we're just going to go with this. So 46 cash is given to me as an allowance, in which, let me see here. I should be able to buy a short sword at least. Let's see. Weapons, steps, truncheons, marshals, short sword. Yep. Alright. That is a considerable amount of cash. Alrighty, so shit. Alright. Short sword. That's 10 tabar already, taken from my back pocket. Oh joy. And let me see here. What else? I don't think I get anything else. I could probably get rope. Let me see. Adventuring gear. Look, I just need some rope, man, alright? I don't need anything else, really. Ugh, grief. 1 tabar. Lovely. And trying to think. I know that I got the shuriken last time. I'm not sure if my mutual... Ah! Yes, he did. And, Yeesh. Fucking expensive is what it is. Alright, I guess just 1 shuriken, then. Okay, 1 shuriken. Great. Alright, now it's just a matter of adding the damage and everything. Oh, I didn't. Alrighty. Katana. Jeez, alright. Katana main hand. I get no stuff. I'm gonna just 1d8. Menace margin for me would be 18 because I think, I'm trying to remember, the Katana's native dice is like 19. Yeah, the native dice is like 19, but because I have the Linwu tradition, it gets knocked down by... It gets knocked down by 1, so it's an 18. So the crit modifier is lower now. And I will be dealing slashing damage. Strength is based off that, and yeah. Just copy this, so that way I could also just... dual wield. So -2 to hit. The damage is going to be 1d8 because that's the standard damage. Two-handed damage dice, in which this will be 1d10 as per the damage dice. As you can see here, it's 1d8/1d10. So you got that, and these will be scaling off my strength. Slashing, melee, range. And, of course, knock these down to 18 for my crit chance modifier. There we go. Okay. Short sword, main hand. It's going to be 1d6. Damage type is going to be piercing, and if I'm not mistaken, the short sword is a 19 to land. A critical chance, so yep. Piercing, melee, just copy this. Attribute will be scaling off my strength. Another one, so this will be offhand because I'm just a lazy fuck. -2 to hit and 1d6. And of course, another 19 to crit chance. Scale off strength. Yada yada. You get the gist at this point. I'm just doing a lot of setup and such. Alright. Excellent. So, this is my array of skills. Shuriken. It's a 1d4. The unique thing about shurikens is that they are apparently classified as melee weapons, and they are the only type that has thrown property. It just so happens that normally if you're gonna do like a range build, you have to build up with like aim. So like right here, you need to like focus on aim. But it just so happens that the shuriken apparently scales off melee instead. But as I said before, the range is short, so that means upwards to 9 meters out. And this is piercing damage. So this is piercing, strength. Alright, yeah. Alright, so running through this whole thing. 0, so I'm flat broke. Alright, so this is my whole set. Running through this right now. I am fairly happy with this. So I get 5 skills to choose from, in which I choose athletics, diplomacy, fortitude, initiative, and melee. I am gonna nominate the rule of AL a little bit, so that way, at the very least, I can't change my class, but I can change around some of the skills I am dedicated towards. So yeah, there is that. But outside of that, there's also just that. 2 weapons. So the starter stuff I get. You see here, classify starting class power. So special attack, in which when I attack, I get +4. I have to spread that +4 evenly. I can only spread that +4 evenly, so that means I get a +2 flat. If I were to go to like damage or aim or attack chance, my starting power, as per my race, is I choose 2 weapon style, so I get to pretty much wield 2 weapons. As a Devalet of Linwu, I get the ability to choose my starting belief, or starting belief power from that belief, in which I choose Linwu Tradition, becoming proficient with katanas. I choose my racial ability is Artificial Creature, so pretty much just imagine, you can already imagine what Artificial Creature gives me. I choose as my starting wondrous mechanic. Yeah, my starting mechanical wonder, which is unique only to Mashin, as the attached weapon. And the last thing, which is not active currently. So I am currently running this character as a Henshin hero, which is a new distinction, which is the new thing that was sort of translated over from. Let's see, is he translate? Be a woman for Amazon. Alright, but yeah. My mutual translated Henshin hero, which as you clearly see here, it's fucking Kamen Rider. So normally the Henshin hero, or just any distinction you choose here, it's pretty much something you need to train up for. However, because I've already had my mind set on some things, the leading character Yukage is going to start off as a Henshin hero. However, he won't really receive the benefits of it until way later. In which, by way later, I mean by level 5, in which, as you can see here, I wrote down here, unavailable until level 5. The way that it works is that you have to get a distinction, a mark of distinction, in which, in my case, it will be the special armor. I will classify the fact as soon as my character gets something, either as soon as he gets something good or he reaches level 5, that his armor will awaken. In which, it's likely just going to be until he reaches level 5 that this will really matter. So yeah, this is what it is. It's pretty good. Yeah, it's pretty good all around. So yeah. Currently, as I've written it, it is slumbering, so it won't come into motion until either I deem it necessary or, again, I reach level 5, in which I'm probably just going to wait until level 5. So, alright, the leading character is set, and yeah, let's start off with the second character, who I unironically have not worked much on. So, the previous character, the character that I was going to have a companion piece with Ryukage is still going to be Vera. However, I have to some extent reconsidered my approach to her to some extent, in which I had intended for her to be something else altogether, but due to the fact that other stuff is going on, I'm going to have to re-roll her a bit. So, as per my personal mandate, this is what I'm going to do, because, let me see here. So, we're going to commit to very point buy. £15 points. What class do I want her to be? is the question now. The fuck? Really weird. One moment. I'll be back shortly. Alright, I'm back. Give me a sec. I got a cup of water. Anyway. Okay, so let's see here. The original stat sheet I made for Vera was built up to be a paladin. I'm probably going to stick to the same race, Dalahan. So yeah, I choose Dalahan as her race, in which, let me see here, her background is likely going to be something different. I'm really trying to like scratch my head as to what I want the character to be, because originally this character in question is and was supposed to be much more, no, not sensual, that's a bit of a strong word, but she was meant to be something like, I guess, amorphic, is, if that's the right word to use it. One of the concepts was for her was that she would have shifted between two personalities, in which they were actually two separate people in one body. And so pretty much any time she would, in the case of like, say, Barbarian, anytime that character would rage, she would just pretty much change totally as a person and pretty much be aggressive. To which, this is supposed to be the aggressive half, although I guess you could say it's more of the baser instinct half of this character. So that's really the best way I could describe it. So, alright, so this is the Dalahan. Plus to wisdom, plus a dex, -1 to intelligence. They have Alihana's armor, as well as wild empathy and such. So let's just translate these over real quick. Let's see. Plant friend racial. Open that up. Just pop this over to here. Okay, fine, be that way. Okay, pop that over there. Plant friend. Alihana's armor. Another racial skill. And wild empathy. Racial. Alright. So she can communicate with animals via body language and vocalization. Use handling, change attitudes of, or persuade animals. See diplomacy. If this ability again in handling. Apologies. Alright, so we got the racial stuff down. Or, racial abilities, whatever. Let's see here. +2, plus... Alright, first let's do the stat allotment. So, again, point by epic proportions. 15 points to play around with. This is the attributes. We all start off with 0. So let me think. This character is going to, at the very least, need... I would say 3 points. The 3 points are 7 into strength. I'm trying to think here. What do I... If I'm going to go barbarian, that's probably the angle I want to go for. But at the same time... Alright, let's go with... Let's go with 3. So that's 4 points. Another 3. So that's 3. So that's 12. So that's 12 points right now. So the last will have to be distributed to others. So this is what I'll do. I'm going to do wisdom, and then the last will be for charisma. That's my dog in the back if you can't hear. Anyway, okay, so now that we have to have that, let me just right now... Give me a second, just right now. I just want to record this for the record, just for myself, so... So, let's see here. That'll be 3 strength, 3 dex, 3 con, I believe, let me see, what's the next? 0 int, and 2 whiz, and 1 ka. Okay, and then just have to pretty much... Yeah, so you get ready for a lot of paperwork. Point distribution is 4, 4, 4, 0, 2, 1. $15 points total. There we go. What the fuck? me a sec. Let me see. Alright. 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 Alright, here we are. We're here. So let's see here. I get +2 to wisdom. So that brings it up to 4. +1 to dex. So that brings it up to 4 as well. And -1 to intelligence. So I've it's a fucking bimbo. I fucking changed my mind that it's not a goddamn bimbo at this point. Alright, okay, well, this is the allotment. It's not pretty, but, you know, what can you do? Alright. Alright, so, let me see, I might settle for Barbarian. Let's see what my mutual translated over. 24 health points plus Constitution, +6 to health afterwards per level up. 3 mana starting and then afterwards addition. Fortitude con, melee +4 from others. That's actually a pretty good, yeah, that's a pretty good spread right there. So let's see here. First power is Rage, second Barbarian power, which can translate over the general powers. Wild Instinct, another Barbarian power plus damage reduction. Yeah, okay, so, So honestly, this isn't bad from the offset, but it is going to be... It is making me think on what I want afterwards. Let's see. Let me see, what does... So... Animal Totem. So Animal Totem and Phantom Vitality. See... Yeah, no, we don't... He's not translating any of the spells that I would know off the bat, so... I'm not that surprised. We're mostly just, again, he's mostly just translating off of what we need immediately for our playtest, so... So yeah, alright, so this is the spread, and I'm gonna settle for Barbarian. I'll find a way to do some healing in between as well. But yeah, so, Barbarian. Strong. Let's see, going off the bat, you have Rage, alright? Let's go with that. Rage. Sorry, class power. So, Rage, it's pretty much D&D Rage, except unlike D&D where it has its own charge, you just pretty much fuel by your own power. So we got Rage, +2 to attack checks and damage rolls. Can't do actions that require calm or focus, like stealth or spell casting. Okay. Alright, so we got that. I'm not gonna add anything else afterwards. Let me see. So I believe after that would be Origin. Right, yeah. So we're gonna do Origin. Let's run through this real quick because I would like to at least do a quick play test. So let's see here. Amnesiac, Gradual Memories, Aristocrat, Artisan, Artist. Let's see. Thug, Charlatan, Healer. Might go with healer, actually. Would definitely be interesting. At the very least, it would be very good for her, I would say. You know, I gotta think. Alright, I might go with healer, although gladiator might be worthwhile. And it might be being the key word, because I'm already double dipping with martial characters. Originally, Vera's god was going to be Lena, but it was set to Theatus. So let's see here. Theatus. Obligations. Forbidden from killing intelligent creatures. They can deal damage, however, never cause death. For this reason, devout of Theatus prefer weapons and attacks that knock out their opponents or cause non-lethal damage. Yeah, no, the thing is, I do want to go with Theatus. Thing is, let me check the distinction that I chose in mine. So let me see. Amazon distinction. Let's see. What is the requirement other than be woman? Which is the most simplified term for it. Mark of distinction, armor of the Amazons. Proud. The Amazons wear their self-confidence like true armor. If you're not wearing heavy armor, you gain +2 to defense. Alright, nice. Powers of distinction. Predator. Take a move action in 2 MP to analyze an enemy within medium range. So that's like 30 meters out. You gain +1 skill check and damage rolls against that enemy and other creatures of the same type. For other distinction powers, you can spend 1 MP to increase these bonuses by 1. Requirement is their survival training. Amazon style. Once per round, make a melee attack. If your hand is free or wielding a light shield, you could spend an additional 2 MP to make an additional attack. And the thrown weapon in your hand. Prerequisites require throwing style. Amazons do not bow to the tools of the oppressor. When you fail a save throw, you can spend 2 MP to repeat that save with a bonus equal to your total power of distinctions you possess. You can only use this power once per effect. An Amazon Queen. Okay, right. This is... Okay. This is certainly interesting, I'm not gonna lie. It's very MP intensive, which is something that I'm not totally familiar with, but this does seem interesting, and that's an angle I want to go with. So, this is the plan I'm gonna go with. I'm gonna go with Barbarian Paladin, which for D&D would be a death sentence, but no one's stopping me now! Anyway, point remains that, the point remains, though, I will make Vera an Amazon. However, once more, she will not have access to her stuff until level 5. In which, again, I will roll with the god Theatus. So I will go with the deity of Theatus, in which she will have bestowed power from him, because Lena is too much of a bitch. I shouldn't say that. But still, Lena is one of the gods that you cannot kill under, but just as well you can't do damage either. So that's what I'll go with. I will, let's see here. let's see here. Gift of Prophecy, cast Augur. Man, what was the other one again? Man, what was the other one again? I know that's... Hey, says it's Kaliandrock, Mad Luck. Let's see... What the hell? Blessed or loyal devout can choose this power. Okay.
Keep it down, we're going to bed.
Alright.
Actually, let me see your Schwab.
One moment. Alright, I'm back again. Sorry, it's right now. My ma's back. Alright, okay, so let's see. So this is the new stuff. Aura of Honor, 9 meter, lasts until a scene's end. Mastered Myself. Celestial Draw. Ooh, yes. So, draw and stow weapons is with a free action. If you already gain +2 to the initiative. Yes. Yes. Alright, there's nothing for Theatus though, so... Yeah, so what I'm gonna do is... I guess just go with whatever Theatus has, which... Alright, give me a second. Okay. Alright, God damn it, I actually gotta go to the bathroom, although... I might go with Theatus, as, I might go with Theatus' Merciful Attack, so that way later on... but then again... No. This makes it... This does make it a little bit more easier later on, and along with that, I don't have to take Gladiator's thing. So... Yeah, I'll take it. Alright, so bestowed power will be Merciful Attack. So, she will not suffer any penalty for dealing non-lethal. Alright, so, yeah. Unless, I know that for Theatis, one of the starting stuff is that you are immortal. However, from what I understand, that's restricted specifically to paladins. I'm trying to think, because one of the things that was introduced to me in my playtest recently was the ability to train character skills, in which, this is what I'm going to do. This is very unorthodox, but for the sake of brevity, we're going to automatically make... We're going to make Vera a paladin. However, we are going to make her a paladin in training. So by the time she gets her next level, she will be... Yes, so by the time she gets her next level, she will be a... Give me a sec. Yeah, so by the time we reach the next level, she will officially be a paladin of Theatis. So this is what I'm going to do. Gift of Immortality. She can now no longer die if she's in combat. So if for whatever reason she fails her death saves and Ryukage is alive, all I need to do is pretty much wait for her, is what I need to do. So, yeah, okay. Yeah. I'm not going to get the Gift of Prophecy because from what I'm told, that is specifically a cleric-only thing. So let's see here. So I think... Let's see, actually, I think I might be confusing that with the Gift of Resurrection, in which I think the Resurrection one is the one where you can't get as a paladin. You need to specifically be a... Yeah, I think specifically you need to be a, you need to be a cleric for that one. So, yeah. I'm really trying to think, because I am tempted to take Valkyria, but the thing is Valkyria, and I joke about this a lot, is the fact that Valkyria is the goddess of one-night stands. And so, yeah. Let's see. Blessing of Mana. Thwar. Tenabra. Tanatol. Sansa, Nim, Megalok, Mara. Cannot cause damage. HP loss. And conditions except for Charmed, Fascinated, and Shocked. Can only heal, protect or heal, flee or surrender or accept death. Oh my god, that is awful. It's like Lena as well. You can't fucking deal damage. Let's see. God, some of these gods are just, it's not as though they're bad, but they're very specific. They require a very specific playthrough and play style in which they can't have something that's, I wouldn't say like, generic, but something that's like somewhere where it's like you're not like so devoted. And then again, that actually might be the point. Their face only must be revealed to high priests or funerals. Must make donations. Now that's interesting. So, reading through this actually just isn't this just Muslim belief? But the fact that you need to wear a mask all the time, with mask, hoods, and rags, and can only be revealed to high priests or funerals. Yeah. Huh. Practice charity and altruism. Offer mercy and forgiveness. Yeah. Jeez. Alright. Jeez. Alright. Practice charity, altruism, protect the law. Fight against evil, crime, and... Yeah, okay. God, the goddess of war. Cannot cause damage. And Nim, fucking just insane. Oshano. Sizath. Alright, so I might just go with Theatus. It's just simpler that way for the time being. So I'm gonna make her a god of not god. No, I'm gonna make her devout of the god Theatus, and I'm going to pretty much give her, for the sake of simplicity, I may as well just take the gift, the merciful attack, as an actual gift then. Just so that way for the background, I'm just... Yeah, at this point, yeah. Bestowed power, classified under training. And yeah, so we'll just go off of that. After the words, we'll just track back and do the, just track back, do origin, because I already have something kind of sort of in mind in which it might fit, because we are going for Amazon. So yeah, let's see here. All right, so origin. Let's see. What would fit? Theoretically, hermit. However, I might just go with healer actually. Alright, but yeah, I might just go with healer actually, just so that way, you know, healing for herself at the very least. Along with that, it would probably fit her class and devotion to Theatus actually as well. So she starts off with 2 healing balms, a medical kit, and one of the, I believe, 2 benefits, if I'm not mistaken. Let me read on that. Skills, powers, and unique powers. So choose 2 of the benefits, skills, powers, or, okay. So I can only choose 2. So, as I said, we're going to go with healer. Yeah, so we're just going to go with healer, and, let's see, where is it? Where the hell is it? So healer, we'll go with the power of field medic. Origin power, field medic. Add wisdom to the HP stored by abilities and Monday healing items, so that actually would probably make things a lot cheaper. And then let's see here. I did not choose. What the hell is Venecium? Venecium. What the fuck? Let's see. Let me see. What the fuck is Venecium? I think I'm probably under general, right? Let's see. Combat. Sharp. Vitality. Oh, here we are. Vesium. When you use poison, you don't risk poison yourself accidentally. Okay, that's not something I'm gonna really need, I don't think. So, yeah, let's just go with the healer. So just ignore Vesium, go with Field Medic, and we're gonna go with possibly healing. Let's see. Should be... That is, I think, an actual skill. Unless it's a craft. Let's see, handling... Mysticism, nobility, survival. I'm not seeing it. Maybe I'm blind? Probably blind. Still. Alright then. So we got like one hanging extra, and then we have Barbarian. In which Barbarian by default, with their skills, will come up with Fortitude and Melee. And we get to choose 4 more. In which I'm going to invest into Dexterity. Let's see. Where is it? Oh wait, Initiative. I'm sorry, Initiative, which is Dexterity. So that's 1. Writing, actually, that is also important too. So that is... Yes, Writing. So Writing, Initiative, Intimidation, Craft, Perception. Yes, actually. That is going to be important for someone like her, as Ryukage is blind as a goddamn bat. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And so let's see, I could choose aim or I could choose survival. In this case, I'll just choose survival. Yes. And then afterwards, of course, going back to origin, I will choose medicine or healing as my proficiency. Let me just go back to healer. So healing, will, skill, or... Alright. So I have no idea what healing is as a skill, so I'm assuming it's a craft. Yeah, so I'm assuming it's a craft, and yeah. Let me see, do I have anything else? I don't think I see medicine on here, do I? Oh no, here's healing. Okay, there it is. There we go, healing, yeah. Alright, and what does she get as a starter? She gets healing balm and... Yeah, 2 healing balms and a medical kit. So 0.5 total. So let's see here, medical kit. I think that should be like a full. Alright. Okay, nice. So real quick, I'm going to run through the stuff. So, blah, 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 blah. Alchemical. Alchemicals prepared, restoring balms. Yep, 0.5. I think it's like 2d4 or something like that. Yeah, it's like 2d4 to restore stuff. I'm trying to find... I'm really like running through these, and it doesn't really... I'm not really sure what the... Let's see, where... Concentrated. Amulet of Nimb. Tools, clothes. Here we go. Restoring balms 2d4, along with my wisdom, I suppose, with the healing. So yes, I would get a plus. She would get a. I would get a +4 from that. All right. One moment. Apologies. Alright. Okay, so we're nearing the end. Don't you worry. Okay, so let's see here. So, yeah, field medic, merciful attack, all that jazz. So, let's see here. Starter, as per usual, backpack, bedroll, and traveler's clothes. Backpack. Bedroll. Which will be 1, and then traveler's clothes. Alright. Okay, yeah, there we go. So we have this set now. And now, let me see here. We get to choose a simple weapon of our choice. However, if we have martial weapon proficiency, start with martial weapon as well as armor of our choice. If we are proficient with heavy armor, we are able to choose that instead of... We're able to choose scale mail if we want, and if we're proficient with shields, we could take that as well. So, what we'll do... Let me see. I'm going to take a martial weapon, most likely, as well as the shield. And the highest I can get for armors is hide. So, let's see here. Armor, shield... So, hide armor's the highest I can get with this type. And let's see, what do we get for martial weapons? Oh. So what do we get for martial weapons that are long? So let's see here. Boy, this... Let me see. I require thrown weapon style. Oh, classy. Real classy. Alright. I'm trying to think. It would probably be a boomerang or something. Stupid as that might sound. Spear can be thrown. Javelin can be used as a melee weapon, but suffer a -5 on attack check. Spear actually might be the best choice in this scenario. It's not that great, but still. I'm gonna assume it's probably scaling off the same idea of the... Yeah, you know, yeah. Alright. So I'll just go with the spear then. Yeah, alright. Spear, and then afterwards light shield. Alright, I think I got the whole thing planned out, at least, in my head. So this is what we'll do. I'm gonna take hide armor. Actually, let me see. Yeah. Yeah, you know, why not? Hide armor. Take hide armor, which is around 2 slots. Take a shield, which will be 1 slot, because you can only get light shield. And then afterwards, a spear, which, from what I can see, from what I saw, it was like 1 slot, I think? Yeah, it's 1 slot. Okay, yeah. Unless, maybe is there anything else that would fit the role of a one-handed? A trident. Would a trident be any... Oh, yeah. Yeah, no. Trident is technically the same thing. Okay, we'll go with the trident then. Why not?
Did you check your emails today?
Jeez, alright. Okay, so yeah, we'll just go with the Trident then. It's 1d8 more, and I get it as a starter. It's also throwable too, so there's also that. What the fuck? Nikote? What? Oh. Oh, okay. Alright, so this is what it looks like right now. So we got hide armor, so it's +4 with 3 penalty, a light shield, 1, 1, bam. There we go. So yeah, okay. This is okay, I think. And this is Ryukage's thing, in which currently he's not really benefiting from anything too much, other than the fact that he has 1 above. So yeah. Okay. So now that we've sorted out the details of Vera's thing, we're just gonna do this now. Trident. So main hand. At this point, there's nothing different from it, I don't think. Yeah, it's a 2 times critical, so it's standard. 1d8 for piercing. Range is short if ever thrown, and this will scale off strength. Okay, yeah. That's the only thing she's got going for her. So I guess she'll be the tank. That's not that surprising, I guess. Although if Ryukage gets more better gear, odds are he'll turn into the tank. Because if I want to continue benefiting from a lot of stuff, yeah. Put that down for that. Alright. Seeing as my mutual is not translated, I'm gonna have to write this down myself. Alright. Alright, there we go. Unavailable until level 5. So, like that, yeah. Where there's self-confidence. Okay, yeah. So the Amazons until level 5. Okay, yeah. So, yeah, no, I think that's really all I can really give her right now. She doesn't have any combat powers, so to speak, that could really benefit her immediately. But yeah, if I'm going through this correctly, she should have everything she needs, barring that she would probably also get 4d6. Alright, let's roll that then. 4d6, go. 15. She is slightly richer than Ryukage. Okay, yeah. Alright, so this is what she's carrying, and let's see here. What things would she need on this venture? Because I don't want to be caught pants down. So, what will be given to her with her allowance is rope. And a lantern, I would say. Alright, rope, lantern, so that would be 8 to bar. So that's 7 now. Tent would be good, but at the same time, is there anything we could do for rations or anything of the such? I don't think there's anything like that ready. To see food, curry and potato, and travel rations per day. So 0.5. So I'm gonna buy 4 days worth, if I'm reading that correctly. So that would leave her with 5. And yeah, okay, so this is pretty much, I think, everything's set up now. Give me a sec. Alright, so this is everything's set up now for the character creations. Now I'm right now just reading up what I want to do. Okay, so yeah. Alright, yeah. Okay, so just quick checkup, run through and everything, making sure everything is set. I'm pretty sure everything is set. If anything happens, I'll just do a quick checkup afterwards. Let's see. I want to make sure. So, sword and board. Yeah, sword and board. Yeah, okay. Oh, damn, I need throwing? Okay. Let's see. What can I drop in exchange? You know, let's go with this. So right now I'll just do setup type stuff. So, alright. Okay, yeah. Alright. Okay, so now that everything's squared and sorted away, and everything's done. Alrighty. Alright, I think we're ready to go now at this point. So now it's just a matter of starting up some stuff. So now that we got our 2 characters now set up and settled in for what is bound to happen. Let's see here. 24, 3, 3. And I just need to set Vera's health. So let me see what she... It's like 24 plus her con, if I'm not mistaken. So it would be 27 and 3 as... So that's 27, 3, 3. Okay, yeah. 27, 3, 3. Excellent. They're both set up. They're both ready. It's really just a matter of what do we start with, I guess. Okay, let's see. Alright. Let's start off with something simple. Guild initiation, shall we? Okay, so now, yeah, just generic build and just generic initiation, shall we? Got nothing here. Where's my tools? Draw. Okay. Let's draw this big ass room. Okay, draw that. Then draw an ellipse to demonstrate as the battle space. Okay. Alright, yeah, this is good, I think. Now we just set the characters in. Oh, jeez, their health values are not translating over. So I have to manually punch this in every time right now. Okay. 27, 27, 3, 3. Okay. Let's see, how do I want to do this? Fate chart, certainties. Alright. So this will be, we're going to call this Guild Initiation. Let's just write up a scenario, I guess, just from scratch for a moment. Two members have been selected for specialized training, where other adventurers go to form groups by osmosis or by connection. Here, the guild. Here, the Adventurers Guild. Train. Alright. Here in the event. Or by Moses. Alright, so yeah, okay, here we go. Two members have been selected for specialized training, where other adventurers would go to form groups by osmosis or connection. Here, the Adventurers Guild trains two specialized individuals because it is their choice to wander alone or to fight side by side. The adventurers called forth into the guild hall. Guild hall's training room are Ryukage and Vera. One being a former paladin turned Mushin after death, and the other a wild woman. One who's taken to him as a partner. Alright, so 2 members have been selected for specialized training. Where other adventurers go to form groups by osmosis or connection, here the Adventurers Guild train 2 specialized individuals because it is their choice to wander alone or fight side by side. The adventurers called forth into the Guild Hall's training room are Ryukage and Vera, one being a former paladin turned Mashin after death, and the other a wild woman who was taken to him as a partner. A man let's go with that. A man standing above them on a platform calls out to them. Initiates, you were brought here by your own desire to wander the world. And so, we are here to test your mettle through a series of trials. One of steel, another of wit, and lastly, of trust. Let's go with that. As the man finishes his declaration, I guess, finishes this declaration, two men dressed as cutthroat robbers step forward. Let us see how well you fare in combat. And this is where we will start with combat. Alrighty, so yeah. Alright, let's see here. Just need to pull some generic mook. Let's see, where is the robber? Yeah, so where's the robber right now? Because I know that was an actual NPC you could get. Oh, here we are. So the robbers are here. Combat start. Chaos factor. Let me see if this is correct. So from what I'm reading from the Mythic GM, the standard starting chaos factor is 5. I think, if I'm reading this correctly. So currently it is set to 5, and it's currently in balance, so to speak. Let's see, where is it? Alright. Alright, chaos factor will be 5 for the time being until I can figure out what chaos factor means. I think it just means unpredictability of the scene that's going on. And so, yeah. Yeah, no, for the most part, that's what it is. So, I'll go through this as we go along here. Let's roll initiative. Let me see here. These guys gotta... Alright, yeah, here they go. Alright, so initiative... Alright, let's roll the heroes first, shall we? Where is the combat tracker? Shit, where is the combat tracker? I know I found it before. Let's see. GM layer, map layer, foreground layer, lighting layer. God damn it, this is the reason why I chose Roll20, was because I get to track the stuff on board. So, okay. Alright, I'll just roll the initiative. So, select... Kage is a 20. For Vera, she will be 15. And for the robbers, I'm just going to scale off the same thing. So we'll just go with, let's see here, 5, 14. Okay. You know, it's not like it's gonna matter too much. It's the same shit anyway. Alright, so this is what we got. We're gonna move these two characters before we officially start into the ring. Ooh, no. The hell? Or whatever. Alright, so yeah. So just write this down real quick. Kage, Vera. $20, 15, 14, and 5. Alright, here we go. So Kage will, with his movement speed currently... Ooh. Ah, shit, I need to get this, like... You know, whatever, I'm not... Alright, 30 feet. Okay, here we go. Alright, we're gonna just use feet, whatever, I'm not opposed to it, just as long as I get the measurements down. So, Let's see, so that would be maximum movement, and with his 2 attacks, he will attempt to attack. Yeah, no. He'll attempt to attack with his dual weapons. And, okay. Alright. What the hell? Alright, so Ryukage taking charge. Taking charge. Attacks one of the robbers. One of the cutthroat robbers. The blow was critical. Causing the man to fall. Ryukage takes charge and attacks one of the cutthroat robbers, causing the man to immediately fall. Yep, there we go. So he's just winded. Can't move anywhere, so I can't use the second attack. So next up is Vera. So Vera will expend her movement and attempt to attack with her trident, in which I believe I scaled this correctly. Yes. So let's see. 24 for 9 points. That's all this guy's health. Okay. Okay. Alright. Vera following after Yukage attacks the other cutthroat robber. While her blow was not as critical, it was certainly. Alright, so Vera following after Ryukage attacks the other cutthroat robber. While the blow was not as critical, it was certainly enough to knock the robber down. Alright. Alright, well, good to know that these guys can handle robbers. Alright, as the combat trial ends, the 2 men posing as cutthroats hobble out of the combat. Hobble out of the combat arena. Alright. So as the combat trial ends, the 2 men posing as cutthroats hobble out of the combat arena. The man above the 2. Alright, so the man above the 2. Yeah. Alright, the man above the two speaks. Let's see. Well done. You can take down... Well done. You can take down a couple of pickpockets and muggers. Let's step it up a bit, shall we? With a snap of the man's fingers, two combatants emerge. This time more well equipped. Alright, let's see here. I believe here we have the Valkyrian Watchman. So let's see here. Alright, so we have two Valkyrian Watchmen here. In which, yeah. Let me just... Let's see what they got. Long swords. Like crossbow. Okay. Alright, yeah. Alright, yeah, this is good, I think. Okay. Apologies, I'm just doing audio measuring stuff right now. So two Valkyrian Watchmen will act as, I guess, mercenaries. Two mercenaries emerge and alright, two mercenaries emerge and they are no slouch. They're ready for combat. Okay. Alright, let's re-roll for this initiative, shall we? We're gonna bump the chaos factor up by 1. So total now would be 6. So chaos factor is now 6. So let me see. I really gotta read into the chaos factor because I was skimming it before. So let me see here. Son of a bitch. Where is the chaos factor in this damn book? Alright, give me a sec. What the hell? Oh, somebody. Alright, give me a sec. I'm gonna kill my mic for a moment. Alrighty. Alright, let's just roll initiative. We'll pick it up. I'll figure out the chaos factor thing later. So Ryukage, rolling initiative. Ooh, rolling a 9. Vera will roll her initiative. 16. And the mercenaries, 7 and 10. Okay. So Vera has... Nope. That's... Ooh. Oh, she's back on top. Okay. What the hell? Okay, so here we go. So Vera has the first, so let me really put that down. Vera 16. Mercenary. Yeah, let's just do this. Ryukage. Ryukage 9, and the mercenaries will be 10 and 7, as per the turn order here says. Alright, so here we go. So, with this in mind, Vera will make her first attempt. Trident. Will that hit? No, it will not. Vera takes first charge but misses her attack on the mercenary. So who's next? This mercenary will now charge at Ryukage and will attempt to attack him. That will miss. The mercenary and Ryukage's turn. So Ryukage's turn will now be up. 21. Oh, yeah, no, 21. Shit. Oh, wait, no, hold on. Yeah, it's still 21. Okay, so... yeah, I'm just gonna take the offhanded one, because that's the technical correct modifier. So let's see here, 10, 18. So this one will take minus 18 to his health. Ryukage. Will land 2 blows. Mercenary staggers in recoil. Alrighty, next up is this mercenary. Once more, attempted to attack. Miss. Okay. The mercenary in front of Vera will attack, but she blocks with her shield. Okay. Let's do this again. 24 for 9. Alrighty. Vera will attack the mercenary in front of her. And hit his leg. Ooh, that definitely hits. Minus 15. The mercenary in front of Yukage. Weesh. The mercenary in front of Yukage will attack him and land a grievous blow. Oof, boy. Let's see, let's do this. Alright, I'm gonna leverage special attack, and the special attack will go to my katana, so it's a +4 to attack. Oh no, sorry, +4 to damage on him. Okay, so that's 15. And that's a natural 1. Alright. So 15. Alrighty, yeah. Minus 15. Minus 1. Alright. Alright, so this watchman will attempt to attack Vera. That will certainly hit for that amount of damage. Ugh. Alright, so Vera takes 18. Ooh, fuck. Next round over. Vera will now rage, I would say. Let me see. Vera with... Alright. Vera... Alright, let's see here. Let's see. What's this guy's armor class? I honestly did not... Oh, it's a 17. Yeah, no. I've been clocking above 17, so it should be okay, I guess. Alright, so let's see here. trying to think. Either I deal with... There's no attack of opportunity in this game, ironically enough. So, I believe it's a -2 to armor class with flanking. In which... No, that doesn't make sense, does it? But at the same time, strategically... Yeah, no, let's do this. So I believe the rules for flanking is like -2 to defense. So that means she has an improved chance of hitting this guy. That is 18. So she exceeds the threshold, as well as deal more than enough to down this guy. Alrighty. So, alright. Now that this guy is downed, Ryukage will move towards the Watchman. Actually, let me see. Okay. Alright, yeah. Alright, let's see here. Oof. 14 does not hit. And yeah, those... Ooh, that's another nat 1. Oh boy. Ooh, that's just below. Yeah, so this is what we got. So the Ryukage, seeing Vera's back exposed to the mercenary, will charge towards him, but will miss his attacks. The mercenary, believing Ryukage to be exposed, will try and capitalize on it, but fall short as he blocks at the last minute. God, yeah, you see this? Fucking one short. I'm so glad I got the hide armor. Alrighty. So Vera will move behind the mercenary. And will attack with her trident. 21, 10, or yeah, 23 plus 2. So that's 10 points of piercing. Minus 10. Alright. Alright. Running towards the mercenary's flank, strikes with a trident. Dealing a fearful blow. And this guy is currently down for the count, so it's Ryukage who will gain the benefit of flanking. Dirty 20. And let me see. Alright. Minus 13. Alright, Ryukage following up on there. Alrighty, now it's this guy's turn. So let's see. Who is he gonna try to hit? I think Vera. Let's go with Vera. Ooh, that's a crit. Oh boy. With critical, desperate and critical ferocity. Oh boy. Minus 27. Oish. I think if this was a normal playthrough, she'd be dead. Oh boy. It's a good thing I chose that training thing, huh? In either case, though, it's not like it's gonna matter that much. So, Vera is downed. That guy's downed. Now it's just Ryukage's. Alright, I'm gonna have to... I'll apply special attack to attack on the... Yeah, on the short sword. So, let's see. 24. Yep. You cut. God damn it. Alright. Ryukage attacks with his katana but is blocked by the desperate. However, with a stroke of light, a short sword. To the mercenaries. Alrighty. Yeah, he's downed now. Alrighty, excellent. Alright, Ryukage with his katana is blocked by the desperate mercenary. However, with a stroke of light, a short sword finds its way to the mercenary's most vulnerable spot. Downing him. combat end. As Ryukage stands in the battle arena, he goes to help who is slightly worse for wear. The man on the platform above speaks. A decent show of teamwork. A decent show of teamwork, though one failed in comp. You still held true. Alright. As Ryukage stands in the battle arena, he goes to help up Vera, who is slightly worse for wear. The man on the platform speaks. A decent show of teamwork. Though one fell in combat, you still held true to your partner. That is worth something. That is worth something. And alright, that is worth something in the world, whether people recognize it or not. Alright. That is worth something in the world, whether people recognize it or not. Return to leave the ring, and your next trial awaits. Alright, so normally Vera would be dead, but if I'm gonna count towards, at the very least, if max health, she's down. If max health, she's dead. However, yeah, so. Alright, so yeah. Ryukage helping Vera. Alright, so Ryukage helping Vera out of the ring sees as the two mercenaries stagger out of the ring. Alrighty. Alright, I'm gonna restore these guys back to full health. Any resources any resources expended will be, let's see. Where is is there? C F G I. God, where the hell is HP or something like that? Alrighty. So let's see here. Trial of Wit. Alrighty. So that was pretty much combat for how we'll be running. I think, yeah, I'll be doing like 2-on-2 combat, maybe 2-on-3 combat at some point. But I think comfortably this is how it's going to be. I will try and stream me doing the social component a little bit at some point when I get the time. But yeah, actually real quick, I think I might be able to pull that off now. Let me see what I could come up with. See here. Okay, so I'm just gonna make something up on the spot right now. I'm gonna need some NPCs though. Let's see. Let's see, what is a generic... What is something generic I could use? Because I don't know what I could probably use. Alright, this is what I'm going to do then. Alright, this is what I'm gonna do. Just make something. Just. This is Shoppington, we're gonna call him. Alrighty. Let's see, we got Shoppington. And his helper. So we got Shoppington and his helper. Just Jane, I guess. Yeah, let's do this and this. Alrighty. Alright, trial of wit. As the room clears, Ryukage and Vera heal as they watch the room assemble their next trial. This time a woman on the platform above emerges and speaks. Welcome, initiates. Though you have proven yourself in the trials of steel, now you must test yourself in the trial of wit. For an adventurer must also be... I'm trying to find what's the right word to use. Alright, so for an adventurer must also be open. This scenario will possible. This scenario will run you through a possible interaction you may come across. Alright, so this is something where I'm gonna have to probably use. Alright, I'm gonna have to probably use the random table that the Mythic GM emulator has, in which I'm gonna have to choose a word. Alright, so let's see here. I'm gonna roll on D20 on this one. So let's see what we get for the first descriptor. First descriptor is yielding. Alright. Keywords. Yielding. 4. Average. Yielding, average, okay. Alright, I guess let's do this element. Let's see here. 41. Okay, frightening. Frightening, and the characters that are here are triumphant. Okay, what a deranged set of stuff. And the last one is the object. So let's see what this one gets. 61. Modern. The fuck? Okay. Okay, this is deranged as possible, but still. These are the keywords, so what can I make up with? So elements of frightening, triumphant, and modern. Alright, Ryukage and Vera sees as the room dims around them. Two people come out of the nearby door. Their faces, one of their faces is telling of a, let me see here. It's telling of something good happening to them. While the other looks to be bored. As if this is a Alright, so Ryukage sees as the room dim. Ryukage and Vera sees as the room dims around them. Two people come on the nearby door. One of their faces is telling of something good. One of their faces is telling of something good. Has happened to them, while the other looks to be bored, as if they're experiencing something common. The two approach, and Ryukage asks. Ryukage says, You seem to be in a good mood. What's the occasion? Alright, so now that I asked that, what is the man's response? He's very elated right now, so let's see here. He will certainly give a response, is what I will say. Alright, so he will certainly give a response. So I believe I'm reading the table correctly. Okay. So I think I need to roll above 22? Oh, yeah. Alright, so... Yep. The elderly man answers with a chipper. The elderly man answers with a chipper attitude. Why, I just got myself the deal of a life. A new piece of land. The woman... Alright, so the elderly man will answers with a chipper attitude. Why, I just got myself the deal of a lifetime. A new piece of land, you see. The one next to him will add on a bored tone. This is his quote-unquote hot streak. He's been going at it all month. The woman beside him will say in a bored tone, this is his quote-unquote hot streak. He's been going at it all month. Alright. I think I probably end things off here for the time being and just leave it at that because it is getting late on my end. So this is my attempt at solo TTRPG. I do hope you enjoy it a little bit. This is just me trying to test the waters a bit before I like make something definitive, I guess you could say. So yeah, thanks for stopping by. Hope you enjoyed the stream. If you want to see more, I'll be streaming again tomorrow around the time of the afternoon. I will probably try and do a Troika game if I'm being honest. I'm thinking of maybe doing like the 2 Troika games I got on hand. So that means Arcanum of Steam and Magic Obscura and Vampire the Masquerade. But I would like to do like a video game in between to break up before I commit. So yeah. Thanks for stopping by. Hope you enjoyed the stream. I'll see you next one. That being tomorrow, being the afternoon if I can help it. And yeah. Till then, take care of yourselves. I'll see you soon. Bye bye.